Panther case to the United Nations. July 1968, Seattle Panther office raided. July 27, 1968, Cleaver speaks in Syracuse. Okay. August 1968, Newark, New Jersey Panther office firebombed. I didn't know they had a Newark, New Jersey office. I just learned something. Okay. Detroit Panther police shootout. No injuries. August 5th, 1968, Los Angeles shootout between police and Panthers. 2 Panthers killed. August 15th, 1968, David Hilliard, George Murray, and Landon Williams in Mexico City prevented from traveling to Cuba.
Yeah, I met David Hilliard, Shabaka.
And I believe when I went over there to 55th and Market, and I took that picture, Brother Che, that I sent you a few years ago, where the Panthers had requested to get the stop sign right there because so many children were killed in that intersection. So they went out there and they were directing traffic themselves. And then all of a sudden, Oakland City Council says, oh, well, we're going to put it up there. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's something very, very interesting, people. Okay. September 10th, 1968, the Oakland Panther headquarters is shot up by 2 Oakland police officers. You see what I'm saying? You know.
Sure enough.
Yeah. Oh, now here's one for you, Brother Che. You're gonna love this. October 1968. The Denver Panther office is shot up by police during racial disturbances.
Yep. My dad was
New York Panther office.
Lauren Watson and several others.
Okay. The New York Panther office raided, no arrest. October 8th, 1968. Eldridge Cleaver lectures at
no arrest, huh? And because they were the ones doing it.
Exactly.
And you know what? Just like a lot of these disappearances of black truckers in South and stuff like that, I think it's police doing it. Police crime.
It's always
Let's go forward, though, brother.
Okay. Now listen to this here, people. Okay. December 21st, 1968, Denver Panther office raided. Again. December 27th, 1968, Des Moines Panther office raided. Des Moines, Iowa. They had a chapter in Des Moines, Iowa. Yeah,
they had a chapter in Des Moines, Iowa, too. Yep.
Interesting. December 28th, 3 days before New Year's, going into 1969, San Francisco Panther office raided. January 17th, 1969. Bunchy Carter and John Huggins murdered in Los Angeles. 8 Panthers, including Erica Huggins, arrested and charged with assault to commit murder. Berkeley Panther office, heavily watched by police, and I've met Dr. Erica Huggins in Oakland a few years ago, and I most definitely gave her my condolences to the murder of her husband at UCLA. Yeah.
And we're lucky to have Bobby with us because, let me play this in honor of Assata Shakur, rest in power, just passed away in Cuba.
78.
Okay, well, hold on.
Liberation of oppressed people in the United States has to do not with climbing up some ladder to success, not for asking to be just like Rockefeller or just like DuPont or just like Ford, because that would only continue the oppression and exploitation of oppressed people in the United States, and specifically African people born and raised in the United States. Socialism is an integral part of building social justice on this planet. The condition of my people, my history, was very much connected with other oppressed people, and I began to see that the same foot that was on the necks of the Vietnamese people, that was on the necks of all oppressed people on the planet, was the same foot that was on my neck. And so I began to understand that imperialism has to go. It is a poison that is killing people all over this world. The priorities of this planet have to be completely changed. And instead of profit, instead of policies that destroy the earth, that destroy the water, that destroy human beings, I believe a policy that protects people, that makes people live in a community, a world community. That's what I believe. That's my basic.
Yeah, makes you rest in power. You know?
Assata Shakur,
Yes.
rest in power.
Yes.
And then Obama tried to double. Well, he didn't try. He doubled her bounty from what 1 million to 2
2
million.
million. Yeah.
Because the statement.
And Fidel Castro wasn't kissing America's behind. So,
Right.
and I'm not cussing.
Right.
Fidel Castro. Wait a minute, hold on. Fidel Castro wasn't kissing America's behind, so he didn't send her back.
Exactly. And then not to mention the fact that when Fidel Castro passed on, the power was handed down to his brother Raul, and he was approached by the U.S. We need Assata back, and Raul said no, she is welcome to spend the rest of her days here. So Osambo.
Oh, speaking of Raul, Raul was the one that was definitely not having it. He was the one that, you want that smoke? You want that one that'll walk over to you with the cigar burner and blow the smoke in your face? That's Raul.
Yep. Now that's kind of interesting.
Anybody got a cousin or somebody in their family, if his name is Raul, he ain't having it. Simple as that.
Right.
What you saying, Shabaka?
Oh yeah. Now reading something here out of a Panther's a Black Cat. The chapter is the Big Black Cat. Okay. And to quote Dr. Huey Percy Newton, the Panther's a defensive fighter. When cornered, it would annihilate its enemy absolutely, completely, and unconditionally. Okay. Eldridge Cleaver offered to slap President Lyndon Johnson and challenged Governor Ronald Reagan to a duel in an introduction to a chapter of Bobby Seale's book that appeared in Ramparts. He began stating, "I have never liked Reagan, even back in the days of his bad, ridiculous, no acting, self, Class B movies, which was straight garbage, that where he referred to them as bullshit flicks that never turned me on to any glow." He then proceeded to describe Ronald Reagan as Mickey Mouse and superintendent of public education. And as we all know, that before Reagan was your 40th president of the United States, he was a 2-term governor in the state of California. Okay, so then,
you can go ahead and shoot me $5 cash app, Shabaka.
No, God, I ain't got it, brother. Everything is shot for me, sir. I'm taking on water real bad.
No, man, seriously, we got to keep it serious. Anybody cuss on here and they hear this.
Well,
I haven't used my one cuss word, sir.
He was reading a passage, Dynamite.
Yeah, I was reading a passage out of a Panther's a Black Cat, Dynamite. Do let me say that there.
Okay. Okay. Well, even with that's, I understand. I'm just saying, even with a passage, we're gonna have to tell them, the audience, that they made it explicitive and keep on moving.
Yes, sir. Okay. He then, as we stated, to identify.
So we won't get shut down.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Again, okay. I mean,
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's like doing it for nothing. I mean, we're already doing it for free. We're doing it for the people. But if they shut it down, the people don't get it, and we just wasted our time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we got to, be on all our points, you know. So we definitely are here on pins and needles. Okay, so then, as we stated, he went on to identify Reagan as
Don't
Mickey
be on pins and needles. I'm just saying, we know how to edit them out sometime.
Oh, yeah. And then y'all gonna love this. Okay. He referred to Reagan as Mickey Mouse, and the superintendent of public education, Max Rafferty, who was then involved in an unsuccessful campaign for United States Senator as, you all gonna love this name, as Donald Duck. He castigated Reagan for attempting to deny him the right to lecture at the University of California, and I would imagine that there would be Berkeley. Mm-hmm. Okay, big deal. Who in the F do you think you are telling me that I can't talk? All and each of you, including Rafferty, Assembly Speaker Jess Unruh, and a John Birch, member of the California legislature. Now, in case anybody don't know what the John Birch Society was all about, they were back then what would be considered your dumpsters, okay? And he had made a statement that they can kiss his black nigga, you know what? Because one, I recognize for what you are, racist.
We can leave the N-word out too.
Okay, yeah. He finished his remarks to Reagan saying, I think that you are a cowardly, craven, hearted wretch. You are not a man. You're a punk. Since you have insulted me by calling me a racist, I would like to have the opportunity to balance the books. All I ask is a sporting chance. Therefore, Mickey Mouse, I challenge you to quote unquote a duel to the death, quote unquote. Now, these are not my words.
Edit it.
Yeah.
Edit it.
Edit as you go, brother. I don't care if it's your words or anybody else. I don't want to pull the plug.
Okay. All righty. Okay. So on September 11th at UC Berkeley, announced that a new course called Social Analysis would feature 10 weekly lectures by Cleaver and cause the entire California right-wing establishment to froth at the mouth. Rafferty and Governor Reagan led the infuriated pack. Neither of them was mollified to hear that the university would not be using state funds to pay Cleaver. And both insisted that the university's Board of Regents immediately overturned that decision. The state senate voted 33-2 to censor UC officials for permitting Cleaver to lecture. Okay, now, what happened to free speech?
Platforms.
First Amendment. The First Amendment, inalienable right. Okay. What happened to the inalienable right to free speech? But then when individuals come up here, you know, all across the social
No, we read it. We read it. Remember, they're saying that if you like in politics, they can't, like the government can't mess with you for what you're saying. And then as far as the press, they have the freedom of the press, which is what we're doing. But it also said, and I wish I saved it, but I had to get rid of stuff so we had more room. But it said that unless, say you're on a job and you say something the boss don't like, he can actually fire you over that. But they can't do it in the government over like that CK situation.
Yeah. Right.
Can't mess with you, man. But if you're in private industry, they can. And as far as freedom of speech. And it also says when you're on platforms, you basically got to go by the rules. And you have that. Wait a minute. I lost some of the other stuff, but I actually saved that. Here we go. The YouTube community guideline prior, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, it said the ticker tape at the bottom. And we already know the YouTube is the most strictest, man.
Yeah.
So I don't want to tear my platform down before I get it started. And we don't really know what the criterias are for Twitch, and that's a real streamer's platform. So I'm gonna start streaming, y'all.
Yeah.
All right, okay, and then be sure to read the fine print. That's the only thing I could say. Be sure to read the fine print.
Be
But
appropriate. Always be appropriate. Talk like you're talking if your grandmama was in the room.
no, yeah, exactly. Now,
Hey,
the
and look,
question is,
she brought a grandma from up the street that just happened to be white. So that's how I'm talking.
Mm.
All right, we got a black grandmama in the room and a white grandmama in the room, and both of them are about to hit the cash app. So let me put that back up.
okay, all right. Yeah, we need every time we can get, because I'm over here out in this desert, man, and this ship is taking a nosedive in the sand. So we're still trying to sell a ship on dry land out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
Like your football team.
man, I told them cats to change their name or leave town, man. and then, too, now.
They told my band, like you can't have no, we couldn't have no cussing on our music. You go into put it on
Right.
HUR on the Soul Station.
Right. We'll say.
So we go back to them with a version that they can play. And after that experience though,
right.
I've always been like that. I'm like, if we going in the studio, and right now we're in the studio, we're gonna make it so that they can play this on the morning news. Without
absolutely.
And see, nowadays they can just bleep you, but they're only gonna take the time to do all that if it's gonna make them some money. This ain't gonna make them some money, so we'd be lucky to even get it on there. So if we that blessed to get it on the morning news, everybody in the morning, we saying, "What's happening, America?" And we saying, "What's up, grandma?" We saying, "Hey, grandma, when you're going your persons, grandmas."
Yeah.
We got 4 grandmas out there listening, and one of them, all different persuasions, but they all got dinero. Some got some yen, some got some, you know what I'm saying? Some got
as long as it's backed by gold.
And then some of them ain't got nothing but their presence, and that's why I always like to put this out there. Whether your gift is small or substantial, know that it is deeply appreciated, and your presence here is a blessing.
All right.
Can get cash too. We ain't asking you to crash out just to get the cash out. All right, no, continue on, my brother. But I'm just sometimes I look at what's being written if I'm reading it, especially if I'm say like if you were in the pulpit and the reverend say, "Well, we got the legendary Shabaka from Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced, ladies and gentlemen," and you go up in front of the pulpit, and that's where we at. We in front of the pulpit. That's why everybody, I ask y'all, pass the collection plate just like you would do. But see, they got it twisted. Back in them days when them fat cats are getting rich off the people, see, they got it twisted because they riding around in limousines, and here it is, I'm catching the bus. That's when I stopped doing that,
Exactly. And then going back to Dr. King a little bit.
Hey, let me finish on that, brother. I'll make a good point on this. I'm just can't talk too fast. They asked for 10%, right? But what? They're supposed to be giving it for free, really. They're supposed to be giving it for free and taking whatever donation the people want to give. We've been giving it up for free, and actually putting our own money into keeping the Streamyards going, and that costs. That's why I'm asking to finish the collection plate just like they would at church, because all they're doing in some cases is helping somebody pay for a Cadillac and a big house somewhere.
Jet.
and private jet.
What they call pulpit pimp.
Let me get it right down to it. Now, let me really get to them. You know what they're really doing? Not just the cars and the private jet. They got the leather suits and they got the gators. And look, they got the red leather suit. They got the red leather suit almost like the devil. Got the red leather suit on. You got a pair of green gators on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A mohair sweater and a pimp hat on. Yeah, I'm saying not a pimp hat. I remember. Damn. No, not even that. It's where they wear them turbans.
Oh yeah, the turbans.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Like Daddy Rich. Yeah. Like Daddy Rich and them. You know what I mean?
Everybody remember Reverend Ike.
Yeah. Reverend Ike. Yeah. Well, Reverend Ike was like he was like well, I hate to say it. He was like, well, because I'm sure that, hey, that's his lifestyle. Him and Liberace, that's their thing. And I ain't gonna talk about it. I'm just saying that Liberace, Little Richard, and Reverend Ike, they all got something in common, but I ain't gonna say what it is. Y'all can put, if you want
to prove your point, I
need to put the comments in there and put it on the screen.
Okay, and then to prove your point there is that I met Little Richard in South Central Los Angeles.
Oh my!
And he had stated, as that him, Bo Diddley, and Chuck Berry were the fathers of the R&B, of rock and roll. Yeah, there you go, the double R.
They were fathers of rock and roll.
Now, out here in Sin City,
other rock and roll.
Out here in Sin City, I saw Elvis imitator by the Las Vegas sign. I said, "Hey, Elvis, can I get your picture?" No. I knew he was going to say that. So the question was rhetorical, right? So then I go over to the Westgate Hotel, which used to be the International Hotel of where Elvis Presley used to perform at late 60s, early 70s, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm walking through there. I think I was going to the restaurant, looking for something to eat or to get up out the heat, when I first came here. So I see another Elvis imitator. So his PR people, "Hey, bro, you want to take a picture with Elvis?" I says, "Fella, let me explain something to you. And listen to me very carefully when I tell you."
And make sure you didn't cuss.
Yeah. I didn't cuss. I didn't use one cuss word. I says, he stole Black music, right? And that song he made called "You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog," that was made by a sister out the South by the name of Big Mama Thornton. And by what's that, Brother Che? 1941, 1942, I believe.
Yeah.
And then also too, there was another sister, by the name of Sister Rosetta Tharpe, who was a guitar player.
I got her on my playlist, Big Mama Thornton.
And then there's another sister by the name of Rosetta Tharpe that I came across in my research.
Tell the young, you move too fast for the young people. Big Mama, what was the name? Thornton. She played the guitar and sang, and she played the acoustic guitar.
Yes.
Okay, you would have more knowledge about that, Dynamite, because I like music, although I'm not a musician. So you would be the expert on that.
But did she not switch up to the electric guitar?
Yes, she did. Yeah, and then of course, we do know that the electric guitar was invented by Les Paul. So we got to say that. Okay. All right, now, a lot of the residuals were taken from Black musicians during that time. And also, too, Brother Che, you and I did one on a brother who was murdered on Figueroa Street in Los Angeles in 1964 who wanted his own musical rights. He was from Chicago. His name was Sam Cooke.
Yeah, Sam Cooke.
All right. You met Sam Cooke?
No, sir. No, he was killed on 88th and Figueroa. in Los Angeles in 1964.
Yeah,
It's
but
allegedly that he was set up because Mr. Cook.
Yeah, he was set up by an Asian prostitute.
Right. And Mr. Cook was in Hollywood before he went out there off of 88th and Figueroa. Now, keep in mind, 88th and Figueroa is every daggone bit of about 10 miles south of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Okay? Every bit easy. So, was she sent there to set him up? She stole his pants, okay? Got him in a compromising position, runs out and says that he's trying, and the woman said that Sam was trying to rape her, but the hotel manager, who was a black woman, shot and killed Mr. Cook.
Oh, what?
Yeah. We did an episode of Frontline Black News on that.
We still did.
About 6 months ago, I think.
She was probably one in for herself.
Yeah, now, or she was probably planted there to lure Mr. Cook to get him in a compromising situation to extort him, and or to get him set up.
If a woman kill a man that's with another woman, that sounds like jealousy to me.
Absolutely, you know. So therefore, so happy born day to you there, Mr. Seale. Thank you for your contribution to our history, and also too for raising the conscious level. And then, of course, as we do know that Mr. Seale went through the Chicago 7 trial, okay?
Yeah.
In 1969 before a kangaroo court judge by the name of Julius Hoffman, okay? Because what had happened was at the Democratic Convention in 1968, not the last one they had in 2024 at the Democratic National Convention, but at the 1968 Democratic National Convention, okay, as well, a massive riot broke out, and you had people who were killed there and who were jailed. Then also, too, is that newscaster by the name of Dan Rather, okay, was trying to interview Mayor Daley, and Mayor Daley's security, you know, they put hands on Dan Rather. And then NBC News correspondent by the name of John Chancellor, who was on the floor of the convention floor, he himself was arrested.
Oh yeah.
What happened to free speech?
Oh yeah, especially in government, you're supposed to have that, you know. And even on these national broadcasts, like they took Jimmy Kimmel off the air because he said something about somebody.
Oh no, he sued him. He's back on.
Huh? He got back.
Jimmy Kimmel got back on.
I know he got back on, but what I'm saying is they tried to infringe on that, and that's definitely out there in the public. That's not even like that was, and no, that goes right back to what I was saying. Even though it was the public, it wasn't the government. It was like that's still owned by somebody. That you know, and by being owned by somebody, they can actually say that. You know.
Yeah, it's a Sinclair group.
Yeah, there you go.
Could have put a scrutiny behind it, you know.
Is that Jimmy Kimmel, when he used to come on live with his show, okay, is that he used to sit there in front of a window that faced Hollywood Boulevard, which is right across the street from the Chinese theater where they got all the footprints at. Okay, Brother Che, you remember when I did my live feed off of HB?
I only show when he came back on because he had Public Enemy on there, so I don't really know too much about him.
Right. Now, this document that you see right there, We the People, okay. You do know, Black family, at the time that they wrote this document, this here did not concern you. You know this, right?
Yeah, we were property at this time, Shabaka.
Yeah, and that is when and in 1776 or 1775, I think, when they wrote this, they had slavery in the northern states or the New England states up to 1790, and that's when they got rid of it. Yeah, on paper. But then that's when they drew up that old infamous Mason-Dixon line. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You see? So therefore, Newton and Seale had brought attention to that. And then Dr. Newton had traveled to Lord's County, and I believe Dynamite, this is doing down there at the time of Fannie Lou Hamer. Okay. So he goes back to Oakland, and the Civil Rights Organization down there had a picture of this black cat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was a song that was out at the time called Black and Blue.
Yeah.
So Newton takes it back to Seale, and Seale says, yeah, that's the official Panther uniform, the black leather jacket, the blue powdered shirt, okay, and black slacks, okay, and of course the black beret, which was the official Panther uniform. Then of course we do know is that Mr. Seale and Lil Bobby Hutton and a big man and a detail of about 12 other Panthers had walked into the California State Legislature May 2nd, 1967. After that, they were told by the Contra Costa County Sheriff in the murder of Denzel Dowd, who was shot in Contra Costa County in a city called Richmond, to be exact, with his hands up. So Newton and Seale went in there and spoke with the sheriff. And the sheriff had stated that, hey, I only enforce the laws. If you got problems with the GD laws in the state of California, take it to the state legislature and get the H out my office. Seale said, you know what? This clown just might have a point. And we know the rest of that. You say?
And with that, let me play this commercial real quick.
Okay.
A penny or a 20, whatever y'all can afford. A penny or 20. And I ask y'all to crash out just to get the cash out.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So therefore, Seale, I do believe in your neck of the woods, Brother Che, is that he did have a radio show there in Denver, Colorado.
Yep.
Am I correct on that, sir?
Yes, I believe so, Shabaka.
Okay. And it was talk radio, general conversation and what have you. Okay.
He partnered with Dr. Daddio.
Okay.
Daddio was running radio.
Okay. So then, with the assassination of Martin Luther King, April 4th, 1968, a splinter organization came from the Blacc Panther Party.
Yes.
Called the Black Liberation Army.
Or the BLA for short.
Yeah, BLA for short. Blacc Panther Party, as we know, had chapters in New York.
Yep.
And then they had the Panther 21 trial in which Afeni Shakur was incarcerated, and she was pregnant at the time, and she gave birth to a child while in prison.
Yep.
And of course, we all know who that was. May she and her son rest in power. Right. You know what I mean? And our sister who just transitioned, Sister Asada, who was arrested for every crime that they think of a man could do. They arrested her, you see. And she transitioned. Mm-hmm. Okay. So with the current fervor that's going on, Black family, I say it again, we are all we got.
Yeah.
We can't be having disagreements. If we disagree, please let us disagree agreeably. It's because, as I stated before, they're coming. These WYTs are coming.
They ain't never stopped coming, Shabaka.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, exactly. We got everybody, so it's the green thing. It ain't really about that no more.
Yeah, but with the green thing,
you see that rainbow? I gave this a lot of consideration. Damn, you can't see the whole writing on there, but that's okay. The rainbow itself. Anybody ever thought
Okay.
about the firmament? Firmament being like a big dome over the earth, you know, and a halo around it, whatever. Something that like a force field that you can't get through. I was thinking the light, right? The light, the reflection and the light off of the dome is what create that rainbow. That's what I'm thinking, because see how it's like a curve, and then somebody showed a picture of a rainbow from outer space, and it's a perfect circle. It's a perfect circle, and I'm thinking that's like it's like it just circled the firmament, you know. And
rainbows in Denver, Colorado all the time.
the only thing,
Washington State all the time.
only thing that's coming is martial law, because they trying to spark it off by division. That's why I say there is no more division. It's just a green thing and poor thing, a rich and poor thing, because they getting rid of, man. Look at all them people they got rid of, and I shouldn't say got rid of, but they got rid of all their tents that they were trying to live in, and everywhere, like just
talking about the Occupy movement in 2012.
You know, I'm talking about right now when Trump brought the federal troops to DC first. The first thing they did was the national,
all the homeless encampments.
yeah, the National Guard. They bulldozed over all the homeless encampments, and they just basically threw all their tents and belongings in dump trucks and dumpsters and carried it all away and leave these people with nothing and nowhere to go. And what about the belongings that was in the tents that might have been jackets and stuff like that? So they do it in the summertime, so that the people not aware that know by the time the wintertime comes, say, oh man, you know what? My winter coat was in the tent when they bulldozed the tent. And taking away the SNAP benefits, that is going to affect a lot of people, and I mean black, white, and all the foreigners from different countries. They might as well just leave because it's going. Okay, if you ain't got food, and then all the government shut down. They ain't paying nobody. And then they took all these other government jobs. They let was Elon Musk just run amok and get rid of a whole bunch of jobs that way. So all I'm saying is that going to lead to crime just for food, you know. And then with all this rampant crime, that's going to be see, they're playing chess, and I'm playing, and I'm telling everybody the moves that they're making because at a time, because they doing all of this. They get division going too. So that nobody sees them coming. Them ain't got no color on it. Them got a big old money sign on it. It's like if you saw the real them, you would see the devil himself, the real devil.
Now here's one for you. People you're gonna love.
Black Power. Drop the mic.
Jordan down. Okay.
You can't stay far away from the mic. You can't be heard.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You can
away from them.
Okay, yeah.
Hear us. We don't hear you when you walk.
Alrighty. But now, is that these projects, right, that they have called government housing in the 40s and the 30s, the 40s, and all that? I believe that it was part of Roosevelt's New Deal, right?
Yeah.
When you put rats, okay, all together, right? And our people are rats. You put one piece of cheese in there, right? Like government cheese. What are the rats going to do to get to that cheese?
Yeah, all the poor people are going to tear it apart.
Each other.
Exactly. That's the point I'm making. They're going to unalive each other.
Yeah. In this case, it's going to be just that cheese. And you would think they got millions of dollars to give to other countries, but they don't have they don't have welfare cheese no more like they used to give out to poor folks to keep them alive, you know.
Right. And then they give old boy $2-3 billion to go fly into outer space. Okay. So the next time you guys fly into outer space on your private rocket, line it up straight for the sun and do humanity a favor.
Oh, they can't
connect the dots.
They can't get through the firmament. They faking like they can, and then that thing that they showed where it looked like all these. It looked like something ran into the firmament and blew up. That's exactly what it looked like, and it kept on streaming across it, just like a rainbow would. You know.
Mm-hmm. And then also too, if we're at liberty to say, when they Neil Armstrong, Collins, and Buzz Aldrin had landed on the moon, right? Now, when you look at that picture very, very closely, how's the American flag going to be in color?
Oh, and also
No.
I
remember the day they did that nonsense. Okay,
it was a hoax.
No, they did it from, in my opinion, repeat in my opinion. They did it at a Hollywood movie set.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right out there at Tinseltown, that place called Los Angeles. Yeah. Los Angeles, the city of lost angels. Okay.
You think whatever you want you to think.
Yeah, exactly. You see what I mean? And then as we're winding down here, because we've been going on 90 minutes, okay, is that you got to look at that all of this here is hypocrisy. Now, let me show you something else, another thing about hypocrisy. Getting a little bit here on heavyweight boxing. Yeah, heavyweight boxing.
Bacc, finish the intro on Bobby Seale. Then
Okay.
Bobby Seale run for office.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, you're right. Bobby Seale and Elaine Brown did run to be mayor of Oakland, California in 1973. He lost, but he got a lot of the votes. You see what I'm saying? And so therefore, Seale had stated numerous times in the press is that Blacc Panther Party was not anti-white, that they were anti-oppression.
That's talking about Shabaka.
Yeah. Now here's something else for you too that y'all are gonna love. There was a movie actress by the name of Jean Seberg who was a sympathizer with the Blacc Panther Party. A few years later, they found Miss Seberg dead in the back of a car in France.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jean Seberg. Yeah, you say. Then
that's why they shouldn't feel ashamed to dig in their pocketbooks and go on over there and download Cash App and go to $Blacc Ophenum #1 because we the only one. I'm the only one. So go to $Blacc Ophenum #1 and give a love contribution. And that's the benevolent fund, by the way. All right, keep on going.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then if you can, send something to Shabaka's Blacc Experience Enhanced via Jesse.
Oh yeah, you stars on the show. Yeah. On your channel, broadcasting on. So you give stars on there as their contributions.
Right. And what we're trying to do is that if you look at the like page of Shabaka's Blacc Experience Enhanced, okay, it's a developing media company. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Which would be working with Blacc Ophenum Line, Frontline Black News, and Shabaka's Blacc Experience Enhanced. You see? Because I'm dead in the water. You see what I mean?
Yeah. We gotta get it, y'all. So like they but right now we don't want to stop the roll, but like I say, oh man, we down, you know, we can't keep folding our hands because it costs too much to keep it going, and the energy to keep it going with these YouTube and different places. They shut it down for this reason, that reason. And if you're not monetized, there you go. I proved my point real quick. If you're monetized, they'll let you keep anything you want on, because you'll make money off of it, and whoever stuff you playing, they'll make money off of it. So
exactly.
if everybody's making money, they will let you do whatever you want to do. But like on my two, I got two channels, right? And on one, it ain't monetized, but that's where my bigger audience is. So I like being over there. And then when I play the same thing over there, it's like, man, and it's like, okay, they might shut it down. But like that Bone Crusher I played that because I figure it's gonna be on my other page. But they ain't gonna play it on the damn YouTube. YouTube will probably shut it down. Actually, I don't even think I tried to put it on YouTube.
Okay.
Yep.
Actually, I got it on my YouTube channel right now on
They
the destination.
put it down just because of that Bone Crusher.
Yeah. And then also too, okay, and then I'm not going to say any names, but there's a public figure, ladies and gentlemen, in a wild, wild west, okay, that has a very, very questionable past. I'm not going to say his name, okay? I tried to go on his platform about 12 times. Each time I was denied, okay? But however, I was told by a reliable source, the best time is to catch him when he first starts. Okay. So we're going to make one last attempt to discuss things with this individual, okay? Is because I'm of the opinion, and I'm speaking for myself, Shabaka Sankari, on this, that there's a whole lot of holes in his premise. And I'm studying it now because I'm getting ready to put it up under a microscope, okay? If we disagree, please let us disagree agreeably. And that there's my closing comment at 90 minutes here.
Perfect. Oh, well, you go ahead, Jesse. Che, brother Che.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on, Dynamite. Yes, R.I.P. the great Bobby Seale. I mean, not R.I.P. Happy birthday to Bobby Seale. He turned 89 today. He made sure that we had a organization that was going to help Black folks and other oppressed people. I myself am a Panther Cub. Both my grandmother on my mother's side and my father were Blacc Panthers, so this hits very close to home. Chairman Sekou, my father, he co-founded the chapter here in Denver, Colorado, and my grandmother was part of the New York chapter, the Brooklyn chapter of the original Blacc Panther Party for self-defense. So yeah, the 10-point program still stands, it's still relevant today, as Michael said in the chat, and I continue to do the work to liberate people here in the United States and abroad. But we're making the focus here in the United States because the rest of the diaspora has not reciprocated that act. So until the rest of the diaspora gets on code or what the foundational Black Americans are doing, then there's going to be this divide, if you will, which is really not a divide, it's just a correction that needs to be done across the board. So thank you for having me on, Dynamite. Join us tomorrow for Frontline Black News. Well, not tomorrow. Friday for Grand Rising with Shabaka and the Chase. And on Saturday for Frontline Black News. So peace, love, light, reparations, separations, and delineations of Black empowerment. Chan Krumah summed it up with a mile-high income and a legal migrant for the city. Peace.
Peace and blessings. Yes,
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sankari, okay? Platform of Shabaka's Black Experience. has dealt with and will continue to deal with when we get to the line is that we deal with the Black experience from the beginning of time until 10 minutes ago. So I bid you all a good night from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Black Power. Well said, my brother. All right. My closing comment, everybody. Just gotta remember it's the rich wanna eat the poor, you know. Actually just wanna the poor are gonna disappear if we don't watch over things. See, they're tired of feeding them. They just want to go ahead and get rid of them. And so, I mean, if they can't have benefits, SNAP benefits, and this and that to feed their babies, it's like, come on, this is like a form of not only genocide, but a form of pushing them buttons. You know what I mean, till we get like, you know, come like good. Like the Centennial March in Tulsa, you know. They don't want us coming like you know, like this.
Just a frown turned upside down, my friend.
And what they should remember, those two clips is are the foot soldiers, but don't forget about the masses of the people that was right.
I said none of us agree. I said none of us agree. I said none of us agree. When we want and when we want. Tell me how we gonna do it. When you want and when we want. Tell me how we gonna take it. What do you want and when we want. Tell me how we gonna take it. What do we want and when do we want. Tell me how we gonna take it. Like power. Black Media, we can black that goddamn politics. Black power.
And that's my closing statement. And will be Black Ophenham Lion TV. I'll be on here Saturday, Lord willing. 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock maybe. Yeah, Saturday it is still. I like 7. So I'm rolling with 7 on Saturday and Thursday, just going live on both days. So y'all don't have to worry about the time. It'll be 7 o'clock Eastern. What time is that on the West Coast and the mountains, y'all? And the mountain.
Okay, 7 o'clock Eastern will be 4 o'clock Pacific, and it will be 5 o'clock Mountain Time.
Okay, so y'all got it. Y'all heard it. And I'm out. And Black powerful, all power to the people. And like I say, we gotta look up, because that's the only way. That's the only way to go. We can't look down. You know what I mean? And we can't look back. Right. I mean, you can't look back. I ain't asking for nothing. I just want what God is going to give us. That's all. And keep on being a bright light for the people. And keep on being a clean glass. Oh, remember this. A clean glass could have poison in it. So even a clean glass, you got to check it out. You know what I mean? Smell it a little bit. You know, smell it. Make sure. Because you can have poison in a glass and coat the glass overnight and then dump it out and then pour some water in there. Somebody think they got a nice clean glass of water. Say, nah, I ain't getting nobody's nothing. I want my own, you know? Yeah. Go to a random store and get mine. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We gotta be careful out here. That's all. All right. Well, y'all have a good night. Thanks for coming on with us. We kind of like did this, you know, on an impromptu, because it wasn't really impromptu. It's like today is Bobby Seale's birthday, so we have to come and give Bobby Seale a celebration, right?
Absolutely.
All right now. Okay, well, Blacc Panther, I'm out too. Y'all have a good night.
You too, brother. Okay.
Signing out.